What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is iBearDog here, bringing you a gameplay commentary once again with Buck on Paladins. This is a competitive 42 kill game. I just kind of want to talk about, how I play Buck, some of the things I play for when I play as a flank, especially more towards Buck and how I actually play him. The first item I like to stack into, depending obviously on what the other team is set up on, but generally if it will allow me to, I like to stack into Deft Hands, and that is due to the fact that his shotgun is physically you just have to sit there and reload it, and I find myself in a lot of situations just like that where I'm sitting there needing to reload. I need more ammo and I just do not have it, and that is very, very unfortunate if you don't have it, because you kind of need that to shoot. So that is the first thing that I like to stack into. The next thing I think I get in this game is Rejuvenate, because my buddy Irish is playing as Grover. And if I'm anywhere near him, I get instant heals, and plus he has his Q Blossom that'll actually also heal me a good bit as well. I also have my Q, which is heal over 1,000 over 3 seconds, I believe is what it is at this current time. I'm not sure if it's going to change in future patches or anything like that, but currently it is over 1,000, and it looks like I got killed by that damn Grumpy Bomb again. Damn Bomb King, man, getting the better of me there. One of the things that I like to think of when I think of playing as a flank, and I think a lot of people need to take in mind, if you've ever played League of Legends or Dota or Smite, another game by Hi-Rez obviously, you want to gank. And I don't mean gank meaning you're sitting there jungling, doing whatever the hell you want half the time. I mean it in the way that you should be trying to go from the side. You shouldn't be going, straight at them. You should be going, around them. You should be hitting them from behind. And there's certain characters, obviously, that you're really going to be effective against. Like Ruckus here, not so much. Me versus Ruckus in a 1v1 fight, I'm probably not going to win that, even in close range. And that's just how, unfortunately, that's how it is. And once again, Bomb King gets me. Apparently, Bomb King has my number early on here. One of the other things that you could possibly stack into if you don't have a good healer like Grover or Ying or anybody, maybe you have a Pip on your team instead of a classical healer, I like one of those two. Could be Lifesteal. You could either do Lifesteal or you could even do Veteran, because he does leap in and leap out, which is his F. If you see me leaping, I believe it does 150 damage plus a slow if you land on top of them. So if you're chasing somebody that's really effective, that's one of my favorite things to do when you're playing against people, is you see them running away and you're like, no, 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 no. You get back here. I'm going to go ahead and jump on your face. This is definitely not how to play Buck right here. This is me still trying to get used to playing a flank again. I jumped in the middle of the enemies, which was a big mistake. And that's one of the tougher situations sometimes. Flanks can be kind of ineffective if you're not playing them right. You want to really try to catch them out. Some of the other players not paying attention, or maybe the Kinessa's in the back scoped in, so you manage to leap over where she's scoped in at. Also, speaking of which, Kinessa, I don't really see too many good Kinessas in competitive. I'm not sure if it's just the character, or she's just hard to play, or I just don't see them. Unfortunately, I just don't see as many good Kinessas in the game. And, I really wish she would be a little bit more mobile. I think that would, add a good, mix to her where she can be a little bit more mobile, at least not necessarily while she's shooting, but, her teleport could be a little bit quicker. She could have a little bit quicker movement speed to get into those positions. She could have, like, a climb. Like, I forget what one of the characters in Overwatch, like Genji, I think it is, has a climb. It could have like one of those similar type of features where she can get into those, obnoxious positions, something along those lines to make her a little bit more mobile. But back to Buck. One of the things you'll notice about him is his shotgun drop-off range. So you really, if you want to be an effective Buck player, you're going to need to be in a close range situation. You really cannot be expecting to go long range with him. Sometimes you can catch somebody running away if you don't have your leap there, but you really, really want to be in as close as possible with him. It's a shotgun. You're going to sit there, blast them with a shotgun. Unfortunately, as I leap in the air, it looks like they're Kinessa, which I don't know why I didn't quite focus on the Kinessa. Maybe I just didn't see her at that point in time, but I was more focused probably on the Bomb King. I was a little bit triggered, as they say, a little bit mad. The Bomb King kept killing me, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to get that bastard back. But looks like we're successful on this defense, which is definitely good. Fortunately, we didn't cap it in the first place. Next thing you see me stack into is Nimble, because I don't want people running away even if I don't have my leap. Your leap, every 5 seconds or so, you're probably going to have it up. But being more mobile with a shotgun is definitely not a bad thing. I'm just trying to think of what other options you have in that field that you would be wanting to use. His ultimate's okay. You do more damage with it when you shoot your shotgun. You also get your cooldowns are a lot quicker. So it's one of those where that's okay. Riding a horse, not so much. I don't really care about getting to the point too quickly. Maybe if you want to try to flank around, but really that's not been too big of an issue because you can ride up to the point and then leap over if that's what you really want to do. You can put more power into the item where it gives you more strength in your card. And this is what I'm talking about, kind of ganking. You want to get to the side of them. You don't want to sit there and be head on with them. You just can't do that. And this is one of the things where I said, this is, it looks like she decided she didn't want any. She's done. She's like, I'm going to go ahead and teleport the hell away from here, which I don't blame her. If I was in her position, I would not be one to face a buck head on when I was in her position, because that is definitely not one of those things you want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and leap the hell out of there, even though I probably could have taken on the Kinessa, but Ruckus was sitting there right there to back her up. So this is what I'm trying to do, just be harassing, go to the point, play with my team. That's one of the things that I do see a lot of times with people, either when they're playing flanks or playing really any champion in general, is they're not playing with their team. They'll go in and they'll go do some random stuff, and this is what you're talking about what your job is as a flank. You're supposed to go ahead and take these Kinessas and these people that are going to sit in the back, that are just going to do that. Now Shaolin will do that too as well, but you got to be careful of his Q, which is when he plants himself, he has a rapid fire, 200% faster, I believe, is his how fast he shoots. I do get on the point occasionally when we know it's clear. There's not really anybody to flank out or anything like that. And am I able to get this Bomb King? I think I am. Yeah, I am. And just go ahead and murder the Bomb King because that's always good. I also haven't talked about his right click, which is his net, which is a slow, and then I believe if you left click after you hit him with your net, it does additional damage, but I could be incorrect in that information, so don't take my word for it. Test it out, or read the description of the damn thing there. And once again, Kinessa wants nothing to do with me, so she's going to try to get the hell away from me as much as possible. But too bad, shotgun in the face is too good. That is what happens when you have shotgun to the face. Then that's why I really, really do enjoy playing Buck. He's a very in-your-face character, or champion, I should say. So if you really do like that play style, you like getting in people's face, you like messing some people up, and it looks like Evie over here is trying to run away from me. She's like, I wasn't ready. Well, Evie, yeah, you weren't ready, because you're not going to stay alive. I'm not going to let you come back around and harass me. One of the good things that I like to try to do when I play as Buck as well is try to make sure their flanks are not outflanking our guys and coming up from behind. Be very cognizant of where the other flanks are on the map. So if you have a call out or you notice that Evie or Androxus or Sky or any of the other flanks are running around your team behind, you have the ability to take them out. You have obviously certain characters are probably a good counter to Buck, but for the most part, you can go ahead and try to outflank them, try to help your team out a little bit more. And prevent your team from getting surrounded from behind, and do your job as a good flank. Here I just come up behind and just decide to wreck the healer. Obviously you want to take the healer out so that their tank can't, well, Ruckus I call it tank, but I really only feel there's one traditional tank in this game, and that's really Fernando. You can make an argument for Makoa and Barrack and even Ruckus to an extent, because he has that good life sustain, but really he's not a traditional tank. I don't feel like he's a traditional tank, but he is a meaty character, and he can definitely take some damage. Here I see Kinessa just shooting at the back. I'm like, no, that's not allowed, Kinessa. And I was like, where the hell she go? And she just goes right back in here. I'm like, no, you get back here, Kinessa. Like, where do you think you're going? Yeah, and then looks like I think Cassie finished her off there, which I definitely don't mind. And I think I just popped my ult just to pop it because I was holding on to it for a little bit too long, just trying to use my cooldowns. Trying to hop in. Here I try to jump up there, did not have quite enough strength to get up there. I think I can get up there from here, but I just didn't quite have enough strength to do so. Once again, I'm going to go after that Kinessa that's chilling back here, because we can't have her, messing our teammates up from the back here. I kind of overleaped her, which is fine, not a huge deal. And it looks like Bomb King's trying to kill me. I'm like, nope, I'm going to leap away. But he stuns me in midair, which is very strange. That's weird that he's able to do that. Also, one of the things I don't like is that Makoa is able to pull you out of his damn ults. Looks like I get another elimination there. Oh, yeah. Gotta like that. Looks like I stack into Rejuvenate again and Deft Hands. I think I had like 1,800 points going into this. And I think I go into Haven as well because I'm here already, just to reduce some of the additional damage. It won't hurt, you know. I mean, I probably could have used it to stack into other things, but I like to create a rather balanced character, unless the meta changes where, you know, you have to have this or that. But you can notice the difference in deft hands once you start getting, you know, higher and higher and higher and higher. You know, into the even second and third deft hands. I think it's up to what, 60% faster. And with a pump action shotgun where you have to, you know, reload it constantly, it'll make a difference, especially in those close range situations that you're going to be in, because you definitely want to go ahead and try to kill them as quickly as possible and get in their face and then get away. And that reload time definitely does help. But once again, like I said, you're using that gank that you know, you should be doing, kind of like a jungler in League of Legends or Smite or anything else. Once again, I'm going to go after this Kinessa, and she's going to go ahead and try to teleport away. She sees me about to rape her face. Because she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. You know, and just try to get in their face, harass them, do good damage, let my teammates that are supposed to be on the point be on the point, and make their job in life a lot easier. And that's one of the things you want to play as a team. You don't want to sit there and go ahead and constantly flank around and take the Kinessa out. Like, my concentration, yes, is to help with the Kinessa and control her, to make her a little bit more aware, make her scared in a degree of not, you know, free reign, not to let her have free reign, go ahead and constantly harass her and get in her face and do what I need to do with that. I don't know if I get away here. Do I? Nope, not quite there. But I was on a 14 kill streak, not too bad, or 14 elimination streak, I should say. Unfortunately, it looks like they're able to get this push and cap off. I don't think with the presence that we had, I don't think we had enough presence within there. I think Drogo's probably could have played around a little bit more within that realm. When they start the push on this map in particular, I feel like it can be difficult, especially with the Kinessa holding these longer angles, for a buck to be really effective. But you just kind of have to try to wait and have them come to you, play the payload, and try to be difficult to hit. Keep moving around. And like I said, Nimble is going to help you with that. Looks like I'm just trying to chase this Bomb King down, and neither Bomb King or Eevee wants anything to do with me. So I'm like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and pop my ulti here, go ahead and try to catch down this Bomb King and possibly Eevee as well. And that's, like I said, you can get back into the action a little bit quicker. If I did not have Grover on my team, or a healer that I trusted to go ahead and heal me, I probably would have went with Veteran. That is probably my next favorite one. And Eevee's just trying to get away, but no, Eevee. That is what that leap is for. It is going to teach you who is daddy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, that got real creepy real quick. Sorry, not sorry. But either way, we should be successful holding all this push, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. And that's one of the things about this game that kind of drives me nuts, is you can't win off of a stop. You have to cap it, which is kind of weird. I mean, I get it, but it's still kind of weird. Once again, Eevee is still trying to get away, but I think Cassie hits her out of midair, which is always good. One of the things that I want to keep in mind with you guys, when you are playing the game and they have the payload and they are pushing, and you've managed to push them back, and they are suddenly, you know, they're now spawning in. Don't push all the way to their spawn. Stay grouped up. If you all are going to push together, that is fine. Go ahead and push together. That is fine to do, but keep in mind that you don't want to sit there and constantly just push up to the point where you're gonna, you know, put your team at risk, and they could flank around and they get a good bit on the point. You don't notice it, and then they can capture the payload that way. Unfortunately, that does happen. I've seen it happen in games where teams are just pushing up too far. One person gets behind them, and then they suddenly cap it because it's that close, because you didn't realize that they were on the point. So you do want to be cognizant of that and be aware that, hey, you know, if we do push up like this, it is possible that they're going to push around. And once again, I just owned the Eevee in the face, because Eevee was like, I think I'm going to kill you. And I was like, no, you're not. You're going to die. You're going to learn today. So I was thinking about getting Rejuvenate again, but I realized that I wasn't really as close to Grover, my buddy Irish, as I probably could be. So I'd ended up go ahead and do, you know, Deft Hands, and I'm just demonstrating here for you just how quick Deft Hands can be for you, and it can definitely cut down the time that you're there within, you know, I don't say within, you know, the fight, and get you back in a little bit quicker. So that, combined with the Veteran all the way stacked up, it would be a nice combo. I've used it a couple times. It definitely is nice. So those are generally the items that I like to stack into when I am playing as Buck. I think that is going to be it for this commentary. If you have any questions on how to play Buck or any tips that you can add in the comments, definitely feel free to add them or feel free to ask, and I'll go ahead and try to answer the best that I can or make a response video if I can do that for you guys. But please enjoy the rest of the video. Peace out for now.
Gotta get off the cap.
Why is this being so dumb?
I don't know.
Try going run since you want.
Spring has come.
Nope, it's not gonna work.
Time to do a negative review.
Alright, so we're gonna play Chivalry, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at what games I have installed. I did install Glory of Victus again.
Yeah, 15 games.
So you don't like that game?
Nah.
Okay.
The only reason I like Chivalry is the fucking Horde mode. Am I freaking diamond yet?